is my just woke up like this hairstyle. It is a Friday, it is 7:30. I'm usually up well before now, but unfortunately last night I was trying to get to sleep at my usual bedtime. I'm in bed by 8 o'clock every night, usually out by 8:30, but for the life of me I couldn't get to sleep last night. My neighbour, I don't know what the hell they were doing upstairs. It sounded like they were bloody rearranging furniture from like 8:30 at night until I'd say midnight, and so I didn't get to sleep till about 1 a.m. this morning. And I just said to myself, you know what, I've got no morning calls for once this Friday morning, so I'm just going to turn off my alarms and sleep in for the first time in however many weeks or however many months it's been that I've slept in. So what I did is I did just that. I turned my alarms off and I woke up at 7:30. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fix my hair up, take my fat burners, go do my fasted cardio, because usually I would have had that done by now and I would have been on to my first meal of the day pretty much. But it's going to be a little bit of a slower start today, a little bit of a later start, but nonetheless I'm going to get it done. Waking up with a few more lines and separations. Hopefully the abs can come to the party soon. Okay, it is now breakfast time. I got home from my morning fasted cardio, got about 5,000 steps this morning, so I went for a longer walk today, and it was good, it was nice. But in the shopping centre obviously I didn't want to get wet, and that means it is time for one thing, which is protein pancakes, and watching a little bit of George Osborne while I eat my protein pancakes. So this is the second half. I had 6, but what I do is I'll stack them 6 high, and then I'll pour the syrup over them, put the blueberries on it, and then I'll slide the whole stack to the side, which gets syrup from the plate on the bottom pancake, and then I lift the top 3 pancakes off. I put them beside the bottom 3, and that puts them on top of syrup, and then I work my way through it. That way they all get kind of evenly doused in syrup.
Essentially that's what it's going to look like. Pretty efficient 90-minute, 2-hour session. As ever, first session we're going to set baseline numbers with this, make sure everything's good.
And the white boy got ying down, one try skateboard, still got ying down. The new nutcase he's been round, silver up man spin round.
Oh, true. Because he was doing a lot of content. What's that? Training a bit of chest and back. A bit of bro pump. It's good too, it's actually what my volume peak is.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do a chest and back session today. It's pretty much similar to the last one that I did, which would have been in the last vlog that got put up on the channel, but a couple exercise changes because it's the first week of a new block for me, and yeah, Ben's not prepping at the moment, so he's just tagging along doing the same exercises as me today. That's exactly it, yeah. It's like the lean you get, if I sort of like show you get the less you can recover.
Yeah, your MRV just comes way down.
Yeah.
better than I thought.
So what you got up to?
10 at 45, so max out the rep range. I might give 47s a go, but I'll play it safe.
Come on. Fuck. Oh, there's failure. Go. One more, big push. Run those heels in. Good finish. Look it out. Two working sets, how'd they go? There's so many machines where it just doesn't, like, it doesn't operate and drive in the way you want it to, and you end up having to like work in weird positions to try and get it. Gym 80 is just like
Nails it.
Conventional curve is just beautiful. It's just like, yep, there's a good contraction, there's a good contraction.
Exactly.
You're just doing a quarter of the weight. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Oh. Ah. That's working.
That was hard.
Yeah, that's a good set. Oh. Last set.
Straight to the working set. Squeeze. That's it. So
Second side shifting wheel. And that's sweet. Easy out, finish him off, come on. Grind it out. There we go. Finish, come on, finish off.
I can't even do the kitty dance right now, the pump's so bad.
Finish it off. That's it. Let's go. Awesome, come on. Yeah.
Good squeeze.
Yeah.
Go on. Good. Go on, man. Go on. Squeeze. Go on. Slow all the way up.
Woo. Finish it off, come on. Last set. Grind it, come on. Full extension of his elbow and his shoulder. He's keeping that in an active range of motion, keeping plenty of tension on the work muscle. Finish strong. Last set. Good reps. Come on. Make it count. Good grind. Woo, that's better. That's a good finish exercise. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Last exercise, unilateral rows. Good stretch and squeeze, come on. There we go, finish it off. Good set. Turn over. Loose. 3 plates in that 10 to 15 range. Let's go.
Oh man, last set. Let's
Oh, that's a good finish set. That's that 1 RAR shit.
So it looks like it's my turn now. Final set of the final exercise of the session. Oh, we're not doing it. Sit down.
Place in the 10 to 15 radius. set. Finish strong. Come on, finish it off. Let's go. Good, nice rep. How's that feel?
Yeah, good.
Nice set. Well done.
Glad to have it all over and done with.
Plenty of blood, chest in the back.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
So I guess guys, now that we've finished the chest and back session, had a couple of people come in the comments section of my last video with a few recommendations for future content, and somebody did mention that they wanted my opinion and my thoughts on how to warm up for your top set because they think it's an issue or a dilemma that a lot of people run into and they don't actually know how to approach it properly. So I figured we'd address that. Here with my mate Ben, who's also a coach, Matter Athletica. He's got a website. I'll put the links to his socials in the description box down below. But I guess we just figured that we'd just touch base on this together and collaboratively answer the question because we have pretty similar views when it comes to training programming and nutrition programming. So the way I see it is it's a warm-up set. Don't go all out. The purpose of warm-up set is to prime you for your top set. It's not to get a massive pump. A little bit of blood flow is fine, and if you get a bit of a pump unintentionally, that's completely fine. But the main premise, the main purpose of the warm-up set, or the main underpinning goal should be to just get primed for the movement. So yeah, what thoughts do you want to share?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of people, like especially in the old school, we used to people back in the day were doing their pyramid sets. Like set one was a working set where you go, 10, 10, 10, increase your weight, then back down, and then we started correlating that to being like that's your working set, work up to your weight, do your top set, and come down. But they're also maxing out their rep ranges and at working weights. So to me, the logic there lies in obviously, like you said, priming the active muscle. That's the limiting factor that you're trying to recruit for the set, but you're not trying to exert it to full failure or full fatigue. That's obviously going to restrict or minimise your top set performance.
Exactly, yeah. On your warm-up sets, you shouldn't be aiming to go to failure. Like, don't go to 0 or 1 reps for reserve. Just go to like 3, maybe even 4 reps for reserve. But I wouldn't probably go more than 3 or at the very most like 2 reps for reserve on your warm-up sets, because if you do that, obviously fatigue is going to accumulate disproportionately to the amount of stimulus you're getting on those warm-up sets. And then by the time you get to your top set, you're going to have a little bit more fatigue accumulation versus stimulus, and that's going to negatively impact your performance or your potential output on that top set. Then it defeats the whole purpose of effective training. And if, like Ben said, you're going all out on those warm-up sets leading up to your top set, treating it as like a set of 12 to failure, a set of 10 to failure, a set of 8 to failure, then you do your top set of 6 to 10, and you might not even get 6 reps out. Just to give you a practical example, if I'm doing, say, 2 working sets of 6 to 10. Say last week I did 50 kilo dumbbells for 6. This week I'm going to be aiming for 50 kilo dumbbells for 6 to 7 reps. And so I don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize my ability to hit those numbers on my top set. So as I'm warming up, I might be like, okay, I know I can hit 12 reps at 40 kilo dumbbells, but if I do that, I'm going to get really close to failure, and it might ruin my chances of hitting 6 or 7 reps at 50 kilos this week. So I'm not going to do that. I might do 8 reps instead of 12 on the 40 kilo dumbbells. If that makes sense. So like playing it conservative, playing your cards smart. It's a game of strategy when you're lifting weights with the goal of getting better and the goal of improving week to week. You don't just want to go all out, even though that mentality of like all or nothing might be appealing and it might be attractive to you in the short term or in hindsight. If you can have that foresight and realize it's going to screw you over in the long run, you won't do it.
Yeah, I think the main thing also to be mindful of is that as you're saying, like you're trying to progressively overload. Next week you're aiming for 50 kilos to 6 to 7. you need to make sure that the warming up process is identical week to week, so you're controlling that variable.
Exactly.
So if you're coming in at, if 1 week you're doing only 2 warm-up sets and you're feeling great, and like, cool, I'm gonna go straight to my working set, then the following week you go 4 warm-up sets, like, oh, I've really got to get blood flow, and you're feeling a bit crap, that limiting factor then is going to restrict just how well you perform that progressive set. So if you're really trying to control progressive overload, making sure that you activate and warm up the same way, especially if it's working for you. Don't just start adding in random sets and go, I've got to build up another set, and you are pushing that 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. It's going to limit and restrict or increase fatigue and limit your performance when you get to that top set, and also then you're not controlling that week to week to see if it actually is genuine progression. Otherwise, you're limiting yourself there.
Because the biggest contributing factor to accumulation of fatigue in training is volume. So if you're increasing the amount of volume, like the amount of total sets you're doing in your warm-up process before your top sets, then that's going to, in theory, accumulate more fatigue than if you were to do half the number of warm-up sets. A good way of doing it is just work back from your top set. So if you look backwards from your top set, all right, this is my projected goal for the session. If I roughly space back 2 warm-up sets between 0 kilos and 50 kilos, I'm probably going to get somewhere around that 25, 30 kilo for the first warm-up set and 35, 40 kilo for that second warm-up set. Do those weights for like warm-up sets and don't go to failure on them, and then by the time you get to your top set, you're going to perform well, you're going to be primed for the movement, you're going to reduce risk of injury.
I think the other key thing too is, and something that took me a long while to figure out, is respect the warm-up the same way you respect the set. I hate seeing people that half-heartedly go into a warm-up set. They're not even actually limiting the target muscle they're trying to work. They're barely moving in the active range of motion. They're barely actually using the muscle they're trying to get recruited. And then they're going straight into a heavier working set. Like, you haven't really warmed up. You've just fart-assed around, got ready, and then you're going straight into like a 1 to 2 rest and reserve set. And it's like, you're going to increase risk of injury here. Take respect to the approach of how you warm up the same way you take it to your working sets.
Yeah, really, really bloody good point. Like Ben said, like make your sets count and respect the warm-up sets, and then your working set's going to be of a much higher quality. Because you can't, like Ben said, you can't expect to just half-ass and haphazardly perform your warm-up sets and get to your top set and be like, oh yeah, I'll just pull it all together now. Like, It doesn't happen like that. That's where injuries occur. So treat them as seriously, even though you know it's easy, even though you know it's a weight that you can absolutely dominate and probably do 10, 20 more reps than you're going to do with it on the warm-up. Treat it like a working set. Get as tight as you can, as controlled as you can. Get a good contraction, a nice deep stretch. Yeah, make it count. I'm going to chuck Ben's links to his socials in the description box down below. Definitely go check him out. Follow him on Instagram. Check out his website, everything like that. You can see everything's affiliated with his coaching, his mentoring, education side of things, that sort of stuff. He's studying psychology at university. Thanks again, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you get notified of new video uploads.
Follow along with his prep.
Yeah, follow along with my prep. And drop a comment down below. Let me know what you liked about the video. If you'd like to see certain content in the future, if you'd like to see more of these kind of talking style videos, anything like that, let me know, guys. And last but not least, like the video, give it a thumbs up, really helps me out. Until next time, guys. Until the next video next week. Catch you later.